All right, guys, I am so excited to be here with you for today's live. I'm going to be breaking down the math behind making $900 a day. Now, I know that's going to sound outrageous for a lot of resellers. That's not going to sound real or doable without putting in gobs and gobs of your time. But in today's lesson, I'm going to break that down for you and show you how you can make $900 in just 2 hours a day. Now, from working with resellers now for the past several years, I know that most part-time resellers are not making more than $500 a month. Most resellers are not able to even make more than a couple $100s a month. And the reason behind this is because it takes time. You probably have a full-time job. You've got other responsibilities. And so I'm going to be showing you how you can fit $900 a day in your schedule in just 2 hours a day. Hey there, Rita. Welcome. Let me know where you're joining in from, Rita. I'd love to be able to know who it is I'm talking with. Are you a reseller? How long have you been reselling? So I'm going to jump in and get going while you're answering that question. And I would love to be able to hear from you, Rita. Whoever else is out there, thanks for joining. Welcome, welcome. I'd love to be able to hear from you. I'm going to tell a little bit of my story before we go ahead and get started. Today, we're talking about how to make $900 a day. So my name is Lee, if we have not met yet, and I have been a clothing reseller now going on 7 years. I started when my 7-year-old was first born. He just turned 7. And so that's how long I've been a clothing reseller. Before that, I didn't know it was a thing. A friend introduced me to it. And over the years, I've learned all of the ins and outs of being successful. I've learned, what it takes to be successful as a reseller. I now have 4 kids, and reselling for me has always been a part-time job. And I'm thankful for the money that I've been able to make. It's meant, being able to send my kids to private school. It's meant that I've been able to stay home with them. But at the same time, I've been looking at my big dreams and goals and going, okay, how is this ever going to happen? Like, how am I ever going to get these debts paid off? Is this ever even going to happen in my lifetime? And maybe you're looking at the same at your reselling income, what you're making from flipping items here and there. And you're like, okay, I'm making $10 here, $15 there, $20 there. Is it really going to add up? Is it really going to make a difference in the long run? Am I ever going to be able to leave my job? Am I ever going to be able to take my kids on a vacation before they're grown and gone? Am I going to actually be able to travel before I'm too old? Am I going to be able to spend time with my kids? I don't know what that looks like for you, but I'd like you to take a second and think about if you could learn the skills behind making $900 a day, what would that do for your life? How would things change? If you're out there, Rita, whoever else is out there, go ahead and let me know in the comments. I would love to hear what $900 a day would do for you. So when we do the math, that's $328,000 a year. I bet that would probably change your life, right? You might be able to tell your boss goodbye. You might be able to finally take your family on that vacation that you thought, you never thought was possible. What would that mean for you? Would it mean financial security? Would it mean being able to retire early? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear what $328,000 a year would mean for you. What would $900 daily pay mean in your life? That's got to be like rock your world, right? That would change your world, right? All right. So for me, every time as a reseller that I wanted to make more money, what did it take? What does it take to make more money as a reseller? It takes one thing. It takes working harder. Putting in more time. PJ, you said more freedom. You would love to have more freedom. You want that time freedom. That's amazing. Yes, that would be an awesome answer. Because every time that I have tried to make more money as reseller, it's ended up costing me more of my time, more of my life. I've had to go out and source more items. I've had to spend more time sourcing. I've had to list more items. That's more time spent listing. I've had to take more pictures and ship more items. And at the end of the day, I was feeling just so worn out and exhausted. Like, you can keep up that hustle for a while. As resellers, we know that hustle. We know how to work hard. We know how to put in the time, but you can only do that for so long. And I can tell you that, after 7 years of being a reseller myself, you can only keep up that, speed for so long before you're going to be worn out and exhausted and not having fun with something that you started probably in the first place to have fun, in the second place to actually make money. And so in today's video, while I'm here with you, while I'm live with you, I'm going to be walking through this process with you of what has changed my life, because I've been able to go from barely seeing sales come in. Yes, I have sales. Yes, I'm making sales, but it's $10 here, $15 there. After seller fees, after cost of goods, what am I really making at the end of the day? It takes a lot of work to make that amount of money. It takes a lot of work to make sales, and it takes a lot of work going into each item, right? And when you go and you sell those items, they're done, you ship them, and then you have to start the whole process all over again. You have to go out, spend more of your time. You have to go and source more items. You have to go and take pictures of more items. You have to go out and list more items and repeat the process that keeps going and going, right? You guys know this. As resellers, you know how much work goes into this. And so this is why I was so excited when I found this new blueprint. And this is going to rock your world. It rocked my world, because no longer am I tied to having to put in more time. No longer am I tied to having to go and source more items or source better items or spend more money sourcing or spend more time sourcing. No longer am I tied to having to ship more items and list more items and give up more of my life, because all of that is time taken away from my family. All of that is time that I can never get back, right? And so let me tell you about this blueprint. I would love to be able to share this with you, because it has taken me from a place of not having time and having to work harder in order to make more money to a place where I am able to work in just 2 hours a day and make way more than I ever could have with traditional reselling. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a shift change for a lot of resellers who are used to selling a physical product. So when you sell a physical product, you're always going to have cost of goods. You are always going to have to go out and find those items, source those items, even if it's a liquidation lot that you're getting online. You're spending time to find it. You're spending money on that. And then you're getting that. And then you're putting your time in that to hopefully turn around and make a profit. Anytime you sell a physical good, you are restrained. You're confined to those restrictions that come with a physical product of having to ship, of having to take pictures, of having to list, of having to source. And so this shift that I did, that I am sharing with you today, is simply taking what you know as a reseller and switching that over into the digital world. Everything in our world is going digital, right? I think that we can all agree that our world is becoming more and more digital every single day. And what this means for us as resellers, if we can make this simple switch to simply going from a physical product to a digital, or even just adding that in as another revenue source, this can transform your income. It can transform your life, because when you do that, it sets you free from having to put in more of your time, of having to go and source more items, of having to go and work harder and list more and ship more and all of the things. Because with a digital product, this is what is so amazing about it, is you get, you can have, one product and you can sell that over and over and over again. You don't have to go out and source again. You don't have to go and list again. It is the same thing. And so I'm going to walk you through this process and what it looks like how you could make $900 a day with it. So the very first step, and I have my website up here. If you go here, I will send you a free 10K in 30 days guide. You're going to go here, enter your email, and I'll send you that guide immediately. We're going to be walking through all of this today. So the very first step is your products. Now, reselling, whether it's clothes or whatever it is, that is a growing field. There is a demand for that. People want to save money, but there's something that is even more in demand. So I want you to think for a second, when you go to a garage sale, when you walk in a thrift store, even if you're looking online for liquidation lots, what is it that you're looking for in a product to flip? There's two things. You are looking for high profit. You're looking for something that you can make a lot of money on. And you're also looking for something that's in high demand, something that people actually want to buy. If you're not selling something that people want, you're going to end up, wasting your money. You're going to end up sitting on that item and not making a sale, or making a sale months down the road, right? So as resellers, we know that we want these two things. We want high demand, we want high profit. And so with the digital product that I sell, it is $900, which means it checks the box for that high profit item. And it's also highly in demand. If you think clothes or collectibles are in demand, learning this online business is even way more in demand than we can fully comprehend. It's actually valued this year in 2024 at over $1 billion a day. So I'm going to say that again because that is a huge number. This is a 1 billion per day industry in the digital market of helping people start an online business. So there's all sorts of things that you can sell in the digital realm, but you're going to want that item that people actually want, that's in high demand, that they're willing to pay for. They're willing to hand you over their money and say, yes, I want to know how. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit more about this because you might be going, okay, I don't know anything about online business. How am I supposed to provide that for somebody? How am I supposed to teach somebody about something that I don't know about? And this is where the product that I resell comes in. This is already done for you. It's already set up. It's simply like a business in a box is the best way to explain this. And so I want to break down for you with this product, this how it works for you to be able to make $900 daily pay. That's $328,000 a year. So $900 a day. When you're selling a physical product, think back to how much you made on that item. If anybody out there wants to let me know, like, what is your average sale? What is your average profit per item? After seller fees, after cost of goods, after all of the things, what are you making per item? So I'm going to keep the math really easy here because it's still, at least in where I am, I'm in Washington State. At least where I am, it's still before noon. So we're going to say you're making, after cost of goods, after all of the things, you're making $9 per item. That means you're going to have to sell 100 items in order to make $900. After you've made that $900, you're going to have to go back, start the whole process over again, go out to the thrift stores, source items, create listings, ship them, all of the things, and that whole process is going to repeat itself. Now, with the product that I resell, it's $900 a day, and it's all built around a 2-hour workday. So let's think back to this reselling the physical product. How much time are you going to spend listing, sourcing, shipping, taking pictures for 100 items? I'm a speed lister myself. This takes me a lot of time, gobs of time. This is multiple sourcing trips. This is probably 3 sourcing trips for me. This is multiple hours, weeks of work for me in order to be able to turn over 100 items. The same thing with this digital product, the same number, the $900, that's just 2 hours a day. So I want you to think about, what would you do with that extra time? What would you do if you were able to make that $900 a day? Can you even imagine that? What would take you normally weeks before to make, you're now suddenly making that in a day. What would that do for you? All right, so our product is taken care of. It's done for us. It's ready to go. It's out of the box. We can check that off of our list. But how do you sell it? Now, this is going to be a little bit different than what you are used to. And what I love about this, the whole reason why this works with the 2-hour a day system is because it's all based off of automations. So when you sell a digital product, you're able to automate the entire sales process of somebody going, hey, yes, I'm interested, to suddenly buying from you. They're getting the automations from you. And so you're able to be out at dinner with friends. You're able to be out maybe camping for the week, and your automation system, your freedom system, is going to be working for you in the background, helping you bring in those sales. Now, with the products that I resell, they come with the automations. So they come with everything you need. It's simply plugging in your information. It's plugging in your payment gateway so that you're able to take the payment. That payment is not going through a third party. It's coming directly to you. There's no middleman. So you are making 100% profit. I don't think I mentioned that one yet, but that is extremely important. You're not making somebody else rich. Your money's not going somewhere else. It's not going to somebody else. It's going straight into your bank account at 100%. And that's what this automation does for you. You get that. And so your product is done. Your automation is done as well. And so that leaves you with one last thing that you really need to do. And this is where the 2-hour workday comes in and how this whole system works. And this is helping people discover you. So this is the discovery process. Now, when people discover you, what's going to happen is they are going to go and enter their information into your automated system. So they're going to come back up here. And from here, this is where they're going to be learning about the product. You're going to be showing them how it can change your life, showing them the results that are possible with this. And so through this discovery system, this is what you're working on primarily during those 2 hours. It's all about doing the things that are going to make you sales during those 2 hours. And that is the reason why this system works. And so you get not only the product, but the automation, but you also will learn every single step of this discovery system of having people find you. And here is the crazy thing is, as a reseller, you're used to going and listing items to eBay. You're going and listing items to Depop or Poshmark or whatever platform that you're on, right? And so when you do that, you're going out on a marketplace and you're selling your item, let's say a pair of jeans. You're selling that pair of jeans in competition with everybody else who is selling that pair of jeans, with everybody else who is selling a similar pair of jeans. You are competing, and then it ends up being a race to the bottom. Like, comment 1 if you agree, like you've been on a marketplace and it ends up just being whoever has the item at the lowest price. That's the person who's going to make the sale. Like, this happens. You guys know that this happens, right? And so with this discovery process, it is different. And this is why it works, is you are not on a marketplace. You're not going to be competing with other people. You're not going to be like, okay, oh, I can buy from this person, or that person. You are being discovered on your own by yourself. People aren't able to pick and choose. Okay, which one's the lowest price? Which one am I going to get the better deal? You're not going to get those people like, on eBay when you get those offers for $1. Will you give this to me for $1? No, I won't. So the Discover system is different, where you're not going to be listing on a platform. It works differently, but it's simply learning the skills in order to be able to make that $900 daily pay. And people are doing this. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this over to a screen share so I can just take you inside of our community and show you how this is working, and people who are posting wins. These are wins like just from today. So I just refresh this. So let me go ahead and let me see if I can think over here. Go ahead and show you inside. So this is, let me go ahead and, so this is, these are where the community and then where all of the wins are posted. And so let's see, $900, and there will be all kinds of wins, but most of these are going to be monetary wins. So first $900 sale, $1,800 in 4 days. Can someone pinch me? I thank the Lord above for the opportunity. As a barber, this would have taken me 2 to 3 weeks, 2 more months, and I get to be a stay-at-home mom for the first time in 8 years. Another $600. It's official, over $10,000 in less than 30 days. $100, 36 days, I hit $10,100. $600, $3,600 in 2 weeks. $900 just yesterday. Let's see what else. $100 topped $10,000 since they started 9 weeks ago. $1,800 in one afternoon. and then crossed my goal of 200,000 in 3 months, $200,885. So I want you to show these. I wanted to show these to you because it shows how this system works, that it does work, and that people are making money from this, and just how in demand it is. So $1,200 in a few weeks, $1,800 in 3 days. Like, I could keep scrolling and scrolling through these, and you would just be amazed at all of the results that are coming in. These are just from, the past few hours. I will go in here tomorrow, and it's going to be the same exact way of new people following the system, following the proven blueprint. So this is all about following the proven blueprint and following the 2-hour workday. It's not about putting in more time. It's not about hustling harder, which is what we've all kind of been trained to do as traditional resellers. It's about following a proven blueprint to get discovered, which is going to feed back into your automation system. And you're going to end up, once they end up in your automation system, then this is where that new customer happens. And you end up with $900 hitting your bank account. So I'm going to go ahead and stay on this live call for just a few minutes longer and make sure that I answer any and all questions that you guys have. Just drop them in the comments. But I'm so excited about this because this has taken me from a place of going, okay, I have no idea how I'm ever going to reach my goals, to suddenly, $900. Do you realize like how fast that stacks up? What you could do with that? All of the dreams and goals I thought were impossible are now suddenly possible because of this. So I know it is maybe a new concept, a different concept as a traditional reseller, as somebody who's used to going and listing on eBay, who's used to going and listing on Mercari or Depop or wherever that is. So I would love to help answer any and all questions. And I am here for you guys. I am rooting for you guys. Just drop them in the comments. But I want you to think, if there's one thing that you take away from this live training today, I want you to know that you can do this. And I want you to allow yourself to dream again, because as adults, we can shut off those dreams. We can, we can get realistic. We can start thinking small. Well, okay, I'll be fine if I can just make a few dollars here and there. No, it's time to stop. It's time to stop thinking small, and it's time to start dreaming again. So I would really encourage you, go here, listingtofreedom.com/10K, and I will get you my free 10K in 30 days guide, where I will break all of this down, and you will also be able to learn the blueprint as well. But I am here for you guys, and I will be back to talk more about this because I am so fired up about helping resellers learn this process. And I fully believe that I will help 100 resellers make $100,000 this year off of the system. You guys can do it, and I am here for you. All right, thanks, and see you soon.